Well, I think there are very many uses of forensic linguistics. One that springs to mind is quite common in the United States, and that is for experts to give evidence about communications that are part of the evidence in the court. For instance, there are experts like Margaret van Nassen, like Anne Wennerstrom, who perform language proficiency testing on people who have made confessions to the police or have allegedly made confessions to the police, but the confessions are written in language that is beyond the competence of the person allegedly making the confession, when that competence is measured by standard language proficiency tests, robust tests. That's one use. Forensic linguistics has told us a lot about the comprehensibility of communications in a courtroom, has told us a lot about judges' directions to juries in criminal trials and whether juries would be likely to understand what the judge has directed them to do. The whole field of discourse analysis in relation to exchanges in courtrooms has a number of very interesting aspects to it, and the legal system in turn can learn from those. So I think those are just three examples of how forensic linguistics is relevant to the legal system. Regarding persuasion, well, I don't know that there's really been a lot done. I mean, my presentation this morning was about persuasion because my background is law rather than linguistics, as I said, and I see persuasion by advocacy as an aspect of courtroom communication. So, if you like, I was trying to be on safe ground in dealing with that, because to try and do something that is technically linguistics would be beyond my competence, and I was a plenary speaker, so I wouldn't want to do anything beyond my competence. So my little analysis of persuasion this morning was really about my experience as an advocate, my experience as a judge being the audience of advocates, and some a little analysis of one formula that is advocated as a means of making your arguments more persuasive, which I don't think really works, and a few other little aspects that appeal to me. I can't really claim to be an expert on Latin America. Look, I do know that there are forensic linguists in a number of Latin American countries. I know that Malcolm Coulthard has worked with a number of students in Brazil. I know that you are here in Mexico, and the IAFL 11th Biennial Conference is here in Mexico, and we're halfway through it, and it's been a magnificent success so far. I think that what tends to happen is we have a conference and we acquire new members. We acquire more students who are interested in forensic linguistics. They begin to do their own research work. The process continues. They in turn influence more students, and the field develops. I can only see a good future for it in Latin America. They're very big then if you're getting oral trials, because forensic linguistics is all about language and the law. It's all about how trials are best conducted to facilitate communication of an optimal kind, communication that will enable people to express themselves as they need to, as they want to, and enable others involved in the process to understand them as they do. Obviously there are basic issues that are very important, like interpreting from one language to another. A large part of my interest, in fact what brought me to forensic linguistics, is not so much from one language to another but from one culture to another. Cross-cultural communication in a court context I think is a very important aspect and a very little understood one, and I suspect that that will be a real issue in Mexico given the size of your population and its diversity among various states and between urban and rural populations and so forth. I think also there is an important aspect in the ability of judges to explain their reasons for judgments in a way that can be understood not just by lawyers, not just by scholars, but by people. If we don't, as courts, communicate with the public, then we're not doing our job.